Hello, everybody. My guest today is Sonny Paris. He is a French internet pioneer. He's got a PhD in theoretical physics, co-founded Weborama in 1998, survived the internet bubble crash, got listed on the French stock market back in 2006, founded a company called Ulink in 2008, and then pivoted to noCrm 4 years ago. Now he's got more than 2,500 customers worldwide using his SaaS software to close more deals. Sonny, are you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah, of course.
So I've interviewed thousands of SaaS CEOs, and I think you win for most unique URL. You don't need a CRM.com. All right. So how are you different than a traditional CRM?
Basically, what we say is CRM are boring and they slow down the salespeople. And they slow down salespeople basically because before start to work, a salesperson has to create a company, add a contact, then a deal and a to-do. So it's a lot of stuff to do, and we are much more faster than that.
Okay, but so how? Where are you pulling your data from? Their inbox? Where?
Yeah, there are several points. The idea is really to focus everything on the lead, and all the lead contains all the information, and it's really quick to create a lead. So you can forward a mail to us, it creates a lead. You can take a picture of a business card with the mobile app, it automatically creates a lead and recognizes everything inside it. You're on LinkedIn, on the page, you click on the button. It's really, really super easy. And we have also something to manage what we call cold prospects. So you can import list of cold prospects into the software. Okay. It's like at that time, like an Excel sheet, and you click just on a button after having qualifying the prospect to turn it into a lead. So the idea is really that you click and you have a lead.
Okay. And walk me through. I mean, are we talking enterprise, SMB, mid-market? What's the average customer paying per month for this?
It's clearly SMB. Okay. We're focusing on company from let's say 5, our main target will be company from 5 to 30 salespeople, okay? And the price is starting at around $12 US per user for the starter edition and 19 for the expert edition.
Okay, so again, when you sign up an average logo, when you take into account the number of seats, that's kind of average for you. Is the average kind of company paying $12 a seat times 15 seats, so about $180 a month?
Yeah, a little bit less than that. Let's say the average is 5 people paying $15. So let's say $60 per month.
Okay, so maybe call it $70, $80 per month across the company.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I see. That's great. Okay, put this on a timeline for me. When did you launch the company? What year?
We launched this product at the end of 2013.
Okay, and why get into the space? It sounds like you've had some exits, and you go, "Oh, let me just throw my hat in the the hyper competitive, super fragmented, maybe being commoditized CRM space." Why?
Okay, because before that, we were in a quite more hype market that was the corporate social network. And in fact, it was quite difficult to sell the product. First of all, we didn't find any CRM that we liked to sell our product. And we realized that the market was not that big. And so we check our product and say, okay, why don't we do something where we're sure there's the market? And can we bring something new to that market? And we thought, yeah, we can bring something new, and it's a big existing market, and people are searching for software that helps them close more deals. So we say, okay, let's go. Even if it's, as you know, there's the guys from PayPal say competition is for losers. So even if it's a loser's way, we lose well.
Yeah. Well, it's difficult space to make money in, right? HubSpot's got their free CRM. Then you have Salesforce on the very other extreme. It's just difficult. It sounds like you have some nice traction though. You said you've scaled to about 2,500 paying customers to date.
Yeah. We have a good traction. We are more than 50% raise year to year.
That's great.
That's really nice.
But just to be clear though, but right now you've got about 2,500 different companies paying you for the software.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, so look, 2,500 companies at that price point, you gave me $75, $80 a month. That means you're doing, call it 180, 200 grand a month right now. Is that about right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And 50% year-over-year growth would mean you were doing back in November of 2017 about what, 120 grand a month?
No, a little bit less than that.
Okay. Call it 100 grand a month, something like that.
Something like
that. That's great. And where's most of the growth come from? Is it adding additional seats to the old customer base, or is it adding brand new customers altogether?
No, it's adding brand new customers. That's one of the problem of this kind of product. Basically, you sign a company and those companies do not hire much more salespeople. They grow, but they don't grow at hyper high speed. So you can't rely on the growth of your customers.
Yeah. What's your churn today?
Around a little bit less than 3%.
Okay, that's logo churn per month.
Yeah, exactly.
What about revenue churn?
It's revenue churn.
Oh,
because it's user churn. Yeah.
Well, sometimes though, user churn and revenue churn are very different. If you have low price point, kind of low ARPU customers churning.
No, we might have a higher customer churn, but at the end, the user is equal to the revenue because we are really a multiplier of the.
So 3% revenue churn per month would mean you're churning about 36% of your revenue per year. Are you expanding that same cohort at all, or is your net revenue retention again about 100 minus 36?
Sorry, I didn't understand. You went too quick for a Frenchman.
That's okay. My question is, so if I look at your net revenue retention annually, obviously you're losing 36%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
right.
Course.
So that puts it at 64% right now, but we haven't added back expansion revenue. Do you have any expansion revenue?
Yeah, of course. We onboard a lot of new customers.
No, not new customers. Expansion revenue from that same cohort.
That's quite low.
Okay.
That's quite low. We have some company growing. We have some company upgrading from the starter to the expert editions. Okay. But basically, that does not change that much.
Okay, got it. So if you're churning 3% revenue per month or 36% per year with no expansion, that means your net revenue retention is about 64% annually. It sounds about right?
Yeah. If you go like that, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Would you measure it a different way?
No. That's correct way. We have several ways to measure churn. We are quite precise on that. We measure the churn also depending on the duration of the contract. Because the churn of the new coming customers is always much higher than the churn of the longer customers, as well as the churn of the the biggest company is lower than the churn of the small company.
Sure, of course, yeah, that's to be expected. Talk to me about like tools you're using to measure this. So what do you use like for your billing platform and your reporting platform?
We use Stripe as a billing platform, and over all that we have designed our own statistics stuff.
Okay, so you didn't use like ChartMogul or one of these kind of companies?
No. The fact is I'm quite comfortable with data because of my scientific background, and Weborama was a company that was doing ad tech and stuff like that. So I was quite good. I'm quite good in tracking and stuff like that.
Always, but you always build it internally, even at that company?
At that company, we built the software. So it was a software. It was our product, I mean. So.
Oh, that was the product?
Yeah, that's what the kind of product.
Oh, I see. But, and have you bootstrapped this company to date, or have you raised?
We've raised a little bit of money on the Yulin Pro, the social network, but when we decide to pivot, we pivot without raising any money. So it's really bootstrapped.
Okay.
In my point of view.
Had those people though that you raised from early on, they're still on the cap table?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And how little are we talking? Are we talking like 50 grand or less?
Sorry?
How little are we talking, that initial raise? Are we talking like $50,000?
No, the initial raise was more about 600,000 euros.
Okay. I mean, that's not something that's small to some people. It's really big to other people. So $600,000 raised, even though it was on the old product, but those people you pivoted with, they're still on your cap table.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, very good. I'm sure they appreciate, by the way, that you did that versus shutting down and,
Exactly. That was the question, but okay, in France, we are trying to be cool with our first investors and say, okay, you've taken some risk, and we continue on that. And
you have to treat, just like your customers, you have to treat those investors, they're buying you, obviously, not the idea. Talk to me about your team today. How big is the team?
We are 10, and we tend to extend to 20 this year, and opening new countries where we'll open Italy and Germany in January. And after that, we hope to continue with Russia and to open an office in New York.
Okay, very good. So you're 10 today, and over the next 12 months, you plan to double.
Exactly.
That's great.
And we have people in the US, in Argentina, in London, in Portugal, and in France.
So pretty remote.
Yeah, exactly. We're a remote company. We work remotely, and we meet each other in Paris sometimes, or at some event that we do each year.
And so actually, that's interesting, right? So when when people aren't all checking into a physical office every morning at 8 or 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you run the company in terms of just, here are all the tasks. I don't care when you do them. Just let's make sure we get them done.
No, not exactly. We believe that we're just like in an office. Everybody comes in the morning. We have what we call the 3 goals a day routine. So this means I ask every people to think before starting to work to what does he want to achieve today? And then he share that on the social network that we have, the international social network. And then we use the internal social network to share a lot of things like that. And also we use collaboration video tools like Skype or stuff like that.
I see.
But we try to build the office around the corporate social network.
Got it. Very good. And then in order to get a $75 a month customer, what do you typically spend on fully weighted customer acquisition cost?
Basically, we are spending, we try to spend 1/3 of the lifetime value of a customer.
Sorry, one what?
1/3 of the lifetime value.
Well, what do you assume lifetime value is?
The lifetime value is around 2,000 euros.
Okay, so 2,000 euros. I mean, if I divide that by 3, that means you're spending,
we get this on around, 5. We try to be maybe a little bit lower than that, but let's say not more than 500, I would say.
Okay, so 500 euros to acquire a $75 a month customer. So what your payback period is about 8 months, 9 months?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's fairly healthy. And where are you spending that money when you do spend it?
We do spend a lot on AdWords, which are still very expensive, but still for us, it's a premium source of traffic.
Like how much per month?
We have around 15, maybe in dollar, maybe $20,000 per month.
Okay, so yeah, pretty healthy there. Very good. All right, any plans to raise additional capital?
No, the company is profitable, and we don't want. For the moment, we're fine like that. Okay. There's a way to raise some money without touching the capital in France. So we are using this kind of mechanism.
Is it a grant or venture debt or what?
Yeah, it's a grant, but by government stuff. So it's really much easier to manage.
That's great. All right, let's wrap up here with the famous 5 one-word answers. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
What's my favorite business book? Probably the one on automation, predictable revenue. Yeah.
Sorry, what's it called?
Predictable revenue. I really
predictable
like
revenue.
One. Yeah.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
No.
Number 3, besides your own, what's your favorite online tool for building your company?
Our corporate social network, which is not on the market anymore. But I would say any corporate social network is really important for us.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
Wow, something 9.
Okay.
9.
And what's your situation? Married, single, kids?
Divorced, 2 kids, and with a new wife that has also 2 kids. So
okay, good.
All women.
Oh, so not married, 4 kids altogether?
Yeah, exactly.
And how old are you?
47.
47. Last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
So, sorry.
Sure. What do you wish you knew when you were 20?
What I wish I knew? Nothing, because if I knew how hard sometimes it was, maybe I would have done this kind of stuff.
No, give me something. You've learned a bunch of. The point here is to give someone else who's 20 a lesson.
Okay, a lesson. Okay. Give me just 1 second to find something that is more or less interesting. Okay. Don't believe in the existence of Google or Facebook or company like that. They are not existing. So build your company, grow at your own rate, and don't look at the exception. I know that all the people that raise money only looks at the exceptions, but you can have a great life, build a great company with a normal life raising so much money.
Guys, there you have it. Ignore the exceptions. You don't need a CRM.com, launched in 2013, went through a pivot, $600,000 raised, now serving 2,500 customers, paying about $75 per month. So they're doing about 180, 190 grand per month in revenue. That's up from about 100 grand a month just a year ago, November 2017. They've got 3% revenue churn per month, so about 64% net revenue retention per year because they don't have any expansion revenue yet. Spending up to $500 to get a new $75 a month customer. So payback period is about 7 months with a lifetime value of around $2,000. Team of 10 in remote locations all around the world, doubling to 20 over the next 12 months. Sunny, thanks for taking us to the top.
What a great synthesis. Thank you very much.
Take care.